Welcome to a Drop of Om podcast. You are a drop of Om, swimming in a sea of Om. Om is the vibrational essence of the universe that unifies and connects all of us. Everything changes when you realize your vibrational reality is your responsibility and you get to tend to it with or without help. I am Damla Aktekin. I am an inner child energetic wound healer, crystal healing teacher, intuitive astrologer, medium, and a soul healing writer. This podcast is your one-stop shop for all things self-healing and being and becoming a healer and light worker. Tending to your vibrational reality makes you a healer. You shine and turn your light on when you take your healing seriously. Your light is much needed in the world. Once you light up, you become a healer for all others just by being. You become Om or love, surrounded by Om or love. Let's shine together. Let's embody the love that we are together. I invite you to sit back, relax, and listen to this podcast not just with your ears, but with your whole body, energy field, and with the ears of your soul. Take the vibrational healing magic of this love broadcast into your body and being. I love you, I love you, I love you. If you are new to this podcast, please take a moment to subscribe so that you can be aware of new episodes. I also invite you to visit adropofom.com, adropofom.com, where I share a lot of free resources for self-healing and being and becoming a healer and light worker. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello everyone, welcome to Tea with Damla. Let's start with the tea as usual. This is my tea, and my mug says, which please, as per the season suggests. And this tea is from Trader Joe's, which is a grocery store here in the US. It's an organic roasted herbal tea. It smells like very, I don't know, like this deep, you can smell. There's a little bit of carob powder in there, which I love, like a roasted chicory and a few other things. But this overall really grounding, beautiful scent. It almost tastes like just a tiny bit like coffee, but not quite. And I'm not a coffee person and I can't handle coffee. And it does say like coffee alternative on the thing. I'm gonna include the link. They don't always have it, but if you live in the US, you can check it out. And again, just a shout out to my mug, which I love, with the witch head. Okay, so what are we talking about today? Today I'm gonna talk to you about two of my favorite artists and a YouTube channel that I recently found and got obsessed with. And I'm gonna explain why. And I'm gonna tie it all together to what it all means for you, as always. So bear with me. We're gonna go on a few tangents, and I kind of need to dive into the artists to help you understand why I'm obsessed with them. So the this summer, as I was saying in the last episode, we did quite a few activities, and one of them was visiting ICA in Boston, or the Institute of Contemporary Art, my hands down favorite museum in Boston area, maybe followed with Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, but that's another story. In ICA, they have across the water, they actually have a huge space. It used to be used for ship repairs or making ships. It's like this huge rectangular, like tall ceilings space. And you actually take a tiny boat to cross the river to get there, and then you take the tiny boat back. It's really very quaint, it's very beautiful, and the museum itself, ICA, is right by the water, and they have a stunning view and amazing art always. So at this visit this last summer, they were hosting a Japanese artist, and you kind of need a special kind of artist who can create three-dimensional things. They can that can fill this huge space. First of all, second of all, it's really hard to convey, I think, a kind of meaning through filling up that space. Yes, you can fill up the space, but it's really hard to add meaning and different points of view to it, which this artist did so beautifully. Her name is Chiharu Shiota, and she grew up in Japan but lives in Germany. And this particular exhibit was called Home Away from Home. And how do I even explain it? I mean, I wish I could take you there, but I'm gonna try. The moment you enter, you're greeted with these suitcases that are hanging by threads, but they are encased in this wall or room of threads. That's one section of the exhibit. And then in the other section of the exhibit, she actually had not necessarily antique, but like hand-me-down furniture that she collected from the Boston area. There's like a living room, there's a bedroom, there's a seating area, all like old looking furniture. And then she collected messages, printouts, and paintings and doodlings of people again from the Boston area. And she asked the simple question, what does home mean to you? What is home? She then collected all those papers, and she continued to hang from the tall ceiling 110 miles of threads, red and black threads, but mainly red threads. And she hung all of these papers from those red threads. And it's like, it's not moving, obviously, it's static, but as you're walking through it, you're looking at the furniture, and then it's like these thoughts flying in the air, all of these papers. And then every time you move, it's like the exhibit moves with you. And she was exploring this question of immigration. The majority of us, we don't live where we were born, either within the same country or outside of it. In my case, we move to different places, different energy containers. And her main question was, what makes a home when the home is left behind, when your ancestral home is left behind? How do you make a home? You get the furniture, and then you get the thoughts, the the hanging papers. Like she had drawings from children, and she had all kinds of different languages written on these papers. It was just so beautiful, and just so impressive the way she put all of those together. And she said the red thread especially symbolizes the bloodlines, but also the soul connections. Like she had these knots in the middle of some of the threads. It's like, yes, we're born with the soul, the blood connections, but then we make the soul connection. So the blood and the soul family coming together. And I was so touched. I was so incredibly touched by this exhibit. I actually ended up visiting it twice. Um, it was just like, it felt like someone took my reality and turned into like a visual symphony. That's what it felt like. And then I kept wondering, like, who hangs from the ceiling 110 miles of red rope. Like who, first of all, thinks about that? And then who does that? And I'm certain that she had help, but she designed it, and I can see in my head her like showing people this is how you tie the threads or whatever. Okay. So let's just park. That's Chiharu Shiota, and she does these exhibits in different locations. She actually has different collections of actual objects. Like this time it was the suitcases and the furniture. Like in another location, she actually collected old used sneakers. It's like where have these sneakers been? Where did they walk to? And like the connection that way. Anyways, beautiful exhibit, extraordinary artist. So go check her out. I'm gonna leave her links below, and I'm gonna put a link to this particular exhibit too. And she made me think about my other female Japanese artists. And again, it's sort of, I feel, I don't know if it's a coincidence. They're both Japanese, they're both women. But my other absolute all-time favorite artist is Yayoi Kusama. And she's again like a contemporary artist, and she's actually 96 years old. And she resides in a mental health facility by choice. Actually, she's been residing there since the 70s. And every single day she moves from the facility into her studio. And then every single night she moves back to the facility. That's her routine. And Yayoi Kusama, if you don't know her about her, her medium is dots. So she makes dots. But I mean this insane, she makes these insanely beautiful things, both two-dimensional and three-dimensional, out of dots, like extreme detail every single day, putting a dot in, like there are videos of her in her studio, like painstaking dots. And then she has created these rooms, three-dimensional rooms. She calls them mirror rooms, where there are structures with dots on them. And then some mirrors, actually, there's a certain mirror room she created where the mirrors are like these infinite dots that go in towards each other. It's insane. It's insane what she does. And it's so impressive, and I'm getting emotional. It's just so beautiful at the same time to see this woman create like worlds within worlds with a simple dot. And yeah, I'm completely in awe of her. She's actually the most expensive living female artist for the last 10 years or so, and absolutely deserves that. Which brings me to the third piece that I want to share with you, and then I'm going to bring it all together. So the third piece is this YouTube channel that I came across quite recently, the last couple weeks or so. And I got completely obsessed with it. Like this piece of, I guess it's like a piece of recognizing myself in them, in these women. The name of the channel is Roaming Wild Rosie. And the first video I saw from this channel was this hour-long video that shows, I'm assuming her name is Rosie, that shows Rosie. She goes ahead and buys this cottage in Sweden. She's British. And then she moves to this old, like falling apart cottage. and she starts to renovate it by herself. And this 1 hour video was uh, like a faster version of all the things she did in the 3 years that she was there. I mean, it was just so impressive. This woman, in 3 years, she built an entire home from scratch. Not even kidding you. She builds a kitchen. She learns how to make actually Japanese style carpentry, things like that, go into each other like jigsaw puzzles. And she puts nail after nail after nail into the wood, cuts the wood, another nail, another wood, another nail. I mean, like her main medium is wood, and she's an amazing wood artist, in my opinion. And uh, and 3 years of work, and you're like, oh, this is so satisfying. Like she finishes one room after the other. She goes on to create like this custom cabinetry from scratch, and this I'm going to include that particular video. Anyways, and then I looked at some other videos of hers that actually follow her day to day and like project by project, and it's actually not even that pleasant for her, at least. Like she complains about not knowing enough about the wood. She is like, she gets tired and then she comes back to, she gets frustrated about the weather or a certain aspect of the job, and then she comes back to it, and she's constantly like debating whether what she's creating is good enough. And I'm like, whoa, this is interesting. This is catching my eye for a reason. Because that's my day to day too. If you're in this space of being an online healer, a creator of any kind, you're in the same space too. Like day by day, we don't see what we're creating. But then when you look at the last year, the last 2 years, the 3 years, I'm like, whoa, what just happened here? It's like dot after dot, knot after knot with the thread, and nail after nail. There's something beautiful that comes to life. Like out of nothing, something beautiful comes to life. And of course, you don't see, like at the end of the 3 years or the year or whatever, all the freaking struggle that you went through on a day by day basis, but you see the beautiful end result. Um, and then I started to think about like, so Yayoi Kusama says this. She says, my life is a dot lost among thousands of other dots. And to me, that's a lot like, okay, you're a drop of swimming in a sea of but you can choose the vibration of your omness, of your beingness. And in a way, it's like, what's your medium? Okay, is your medium, are you building a house from scratch? I don't know. Are you raising a child? Are you simply trying to stay alive as a adult human being in this life, which is also valid? It's a nice project. Um, are you tying up 110 miles of rope? Are you putting dot after dot on the ceramic, on mirrors, on paper, on canvases? I mean, like, what's your medium? Like, you get to choose what your medium is. You get to say, okay, it's looking bleak today, but this is like capturing me and my soul so much. Like, my soul is called so much to this particular way of making something in me and around me, that I'm willing to come back to that particular dot and putting a dot here and putting a dot here and putting a dot here and like a million dots, a million nails in there, like a million meditations, a million healing sessions. You know what I mean? So we all get to choose our dot. We all get to choose our medium, and that can change. That's allowed too. But there seems to be something calling within each and every one of us to create in a certain way. And that's how I've been feeling about about my work, about my healing work. What's my dot? That's all the writing I do on my website. That's all the videos I create, like this one. That's all the recordings I do for healings, meditations, workshops, trainings, and courses. And I mean, often it feels like with my website, like it's never end. It's never going to end. Just like a home improvement project is never gonna end. Um, but it is in the putting of the dots there, in the putting of the nails there, I feel I am also becoming a different person. I am also becoming more me. I'm showing up as more me for you. And that's incredibly valuable for me. And in the same way, I just love this thing so much that um, even when it looks from the outside to others like it's meaningless, it just means so much to me that I'm willing to put in the time, the effort, the energy, and the love to put my nail on that website, to put my little dot on that blog post, to put my little, I don't know, tying of the thread, the little knot of the thread on that newsletter. Um, and it's really all about love. How are you making the love in you, the vibration that you are visible out there in the world? Do you have to make this 110 miles of huge installation? No, but you can put some fresh flowers on your kitchen table. You can pour your tea with some love for yourself. Those are also dots. The way you talk to yourself, the way you care about yourself. All freaking dots that matter. And then there is also the fact of it's really not about going somewhere. It's about who you are and who you are becoming as you put your dots on the canvas. It's about, in terms of going somewhere, in terms of achieving something, it's about recognizing the slow cyclical progress, the slow progress of the dots, the slow progress of the nails. It doesn't look like you're doing much that day, that week, that month, but when you look at the year, the 2 years, the 3 years, whoa, look at how much you have accomplished already. And it's mind blowing to me that, like, I can't imagine living any other way because this is like creating this video, creating my writing, creating my healing recordings, creating, little teachings here and there, whatever I'm inspired to. This is my calling. Like I can't imagine living any other way. And the slow progress I'm talking about is not necessarily about the end result of the perfect website or the perfect training or the perfect book or the writing that I'm creating. The slow progress is who the frick am I becoming? Who am I becoming? And it's like, who am I allowing myself to become and see? Um, and see what I need to see in that process. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of life. Wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, it's about the slow progress of you becoming. It's not about getting somewhere. It's not about the pill, the magic pill I'm going to create that's going to heal everybody. No, as I'm becoming, my work is also becoming. Okay? So whatever is that's coming in through my soul is already encoded in in the things that I'm putting out there. So it's going to keep evolving and it's going to keep attracting whoever needs to hear this, whoever needs to be with this, whoever needs to feel the essence of this. Just like these artists, I consider the YouTube creator and artist too, Yayoi Kusama, Chiharu Shiota, this Roaming Wild with Rosie, just like their art attracted me because I see something of myself there and I can see into the mythical meaning, the deeper deeper layers of what they're communicating to me. And not everyone is going to see it that way. And the similar thing with me, if you're attracted to me in my work, you're going to start to see yourself in here and realize something about yourself and realize something about your own slow progress, your own slow being and becoming, and appreciating that really every single day, not beating yourself up for what you haven't yet accomplished, because it's not about accomplishing. It's about, how I put enough nails in today. I have. That's enough. And then you sit down, you take stock and say, okay, tomorrow I gotta do these and these nails, these and these dots, and these nuts. And that's it. And then you continue, and all of a sudden you become a new person in 1, 2, 3 years. Whew, that was quite a lot. I feel like I went into a zone. I think I'm gonna leave it here. And the question for you is, and you can journal about this, you can write about this, or you can speak to your chat GPT about this. The question is, what is my dot? What am I willing to put in the life force and love energy into every single day? And who am I being and becoming? What has my slow progress being has been? What can I appreciate about the person that I am being and becoming at this moment in time? What is my dot? What is my slow progress? What do I want it to look like? What are the places where I want to acknowledge my slow but steady progress? What are the places where I want to put more dots in, more nails in, more lovingly? And what are the places where I need to step back a little bit and say, this is too many too many dots. I need to scale back a little bit and maybe put fewer dots but more intentionally. I am going to leave it there for you to sit and be with. And I'm going to include a whole bunch of links down below for you to go deeper and feel the energies of these artists, as well as the energy of this transmission, if you will. And just let me know how this goes for you. I'm always open to your comments, your suggestions, your reflections. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. There is a wonderful thing I would like to share with you. I created a beautiful container to help you heal your energetic wounds and activate the infinite light and potentials of your inner children. It is an inner child crystal healing membership called Chakra Bliss Vault. The vault has powerful inner child crystal healings, guided and EFT tapping meditations, wisdom teachings, crystalline movement practices, and a lot more that you get to access anytime and anywhere. This is a membership for self-healers as well as healers and light workers who want to exponentially deepen their energetic wound healing and shine brighter than they ever thought possible. You can find out more about it at adropofom.com, adropofom.com. I invite you to make healing your energetic wounds and connecting with your inner children a priority and invest in your well-being by becoming a Chakra Bliss Vault member. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to a Drop of Om podcast. If this episode spoke to you in any way, please leave a review or comment, like or love it, and share it with others in your life. This is a true soul love project from my heart to yours. I really appreciate your help in spreading the word. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and check out other episodes. Have a beautiful and wonderful day.